figure out how players like Luka Modric, like Toni Kroos, who has been incredibly important to Real Madrid for so many years, to see what their roles are going to be and how they fitting in this new, younger look Real Madrid. On the other side for Barcelona is a team that has a lot of talent coming off the bench, but a lot of that talent is very young talent, sort of banking in potential much more so than the current reality of the group. What about a guy like Frank Kessie? What is his role for Barcelona? Is there a future for him at Barcelona? It's interesting to see how both of these teams are sort of evolving, changing, and transitioning right in front of our eyes.
Well, it's all part of a learning process ahead of a new season. Xavi and Carlo Ancelotti looking to develop new patterns, new tactics, new roles for some of the players. But Lewandowski doesn't need a new role. We know full well what he's capable of and where he's going to be playing and what he's going to try to do. Roaring success in his first season wearing the colours of Barcelona. Winner of the Pichichi, Frenkie de Jong. For a year ago, felt a bit sorry for him because there'd been a lot of negative talk hurled in his direction about his future. Was he going to have to leave Barcelona? But now he's stepped forward and he's going to be an important figure in this campaign, you just feel.
And think about what the posture of some of the Barcelona fans were back there, or was back there, in terms of Frenkie de Jong, because of the financial levers that we talked about all summer long last year. And he was seen as the guy who somehow was going to free up some money and allow Barcelona to find some financial stability. And Frenkie de Jong was saying, well, hold on a second, I got a contract in place. Wait a minute. I want to be part of this project. I signed a contract. I'm willing to honor my contract. I don't have to go anywhere. I want to be part of Barcelona. And turns out that for Xavi and Barcelona, Frenkie de Jong ended up being a key part to their success last season.
That was absolutely the case. Well, the players are back out. Carlo Ancelotti and Xavi have won the rule over the players who were involved in the first half and made the decision that let's carry on in a similar manner. No sign of any changes, Ali.
I think it'll stay like this for about 60 minutes or so. And then after that, decisions will come from Xavi and Carlo Ancelotti.
One of the most respected figures in the coaching world. Carlo Ancelotti. There's not a lot at the highest level of football that he hasn't experienced. Carvajal in position there to take the throw. Eder Militao. Real Madrid certainly had the edge in terms of chances created, plenty of them. Barcelona happier to sit and wait, played more on the break, using Ousmane Dembele in particular. Here's Pedri.
Think about some of the success that Barcelona had last season. It wasn't because of their productivity that they won the title. The key to their success last year in La Liga was because they defended so very well, to the point to where they became very much a 1-0 sort of team.
Yep. It wasn't always Barcelona-like when you think about the history of the club and the preferred stylistic considerations. They have an excellent goalkeeper in Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Here's Vinicius Junior taking Koundé to the cleaners. Frenkie de Jong again. Extra body inside the box for the Blaugrana. Ousmane Dembele. De Jong.
So I'm curious to see from Barcelona's perspective, are they going to maintain that sort of level of play defensively? And then the big question becomes, can they add to their productivity offensively? And if they do, then everything that they play for this season, everything is on the table in order for them to be able to win it. Because offensively, they fell short last season. Defensively, surprisingly, they were historically good for the most part of the season.
Indeed. Frenkie de Jong. Balde over there on the left. Again with De Jong. Just think in terms of his approach, Frankie De Jong, he's the archetypal Barcelona player. He's stylish. Now Dembele. A cul-de-sac against Fran Garcia. Stop for a second there, Real Madrid. Barcelona allowed to keep the ball. "17 minutes past midnight back in Spain." Fair to say quite a few people are still up. Looking more than a weather eye on the proceedings here in Arlington, Texas. There's Oriol Romeu, and that's very much what his game is all about. Appreciated by the Barcelona fans around us here at AT&T Stadium. Balde. Again, it's Romeu. Araujo. Dembele. Pedri. Back from Frankie de Jong. Little touches and flicks. Pedri. Balde. Carvajal just trying to keep the right position against him. Alejandro Balde. And job done by Dani Carvajal for Real Madrid.
Really smooth work and clean work from Pedri through the midfield. That's a player right there, Pedri, that I think this is going to be a critical season for him. Has to stay healthy. There's no doubt as to what his talent level is and what his potential is. But has to be available for Xavi. Has to remain healthy, and apparently has changed eating habits and the diet and so on and so forth. Reports that apparently he's not eating his mom's croquettes.
Pedri on that threaded pass, and Lewandowski's there. Sergio Roberto was storming through. Was it cleared away? De Jong, Lewandowski, and finally Alaba with the clearance for Real Madrid, who are under a bit of pressure.
Lewandowski, while he makes the movement away from the ball, he may have been expecting Frankie de Jong to hit that ball first time. It popped out to Frankie de Jong, top of the 18-yard box. Real opportunity for him to hit it on target, decides to go for the pass, and the opportunity goes away.
Just wondering, Ali, if Pedri's diet that you were referring to includes what I saw you wolfing down at the breakfast table today.
I don't think so.
That was what exactly?
Well, that was the red velvet waffle with some catfish.
Yeah.
So a little soul food action here in Texas. Let me tell you something. It was some kind of special.
And I enjoyed my biscuits and gravy as well. So there you go. Breakfast Texan style. Don't honestly think the Barcelona and Real Madrid players were having the sort of breakfast we were enjoying. But here's Dembele trying to cut into the centre. Garcia drawn out of position. It's too strong. Pedri available.
That's the wrong choice from Ousmane Dembele. Quickness to get away from the defender. That sort of speed to be able to create that space. Now he's attracted attention. He's got to be able to find the next pass. And the next pass was Alejandro Balde, who was wide open down the left-hand side.
Xavi, such a classy player with Barcelona back in the day, guiding the club to the Primera title in his first full season in charge. Carvajal, the ball went over there, so they have to pay attention. It is Vinicius Junior on the ball for Real Madrid, but firing it straight at Marc-Andre ter Stegen.
Moment of transition for Real Madrid. Quickness, movement with the ball, movement without the ball. Not the contact that Vini would have wanted on the shot.
Jules Koundé certainly prefers to play in central defence. He's had game time at right back for Barcelona as well. That's the case last season. A Sevilla man.
Just going back to Pedri for a second. We all sort of know that he has missed time with Barcelona because of injuries over the last couple of seasons. But when you look at the numbers, and in reading about Pedri and what his plan has been in this offseason, 307 days missed due to injury. That's nearly a year missed on injuries. Hence why he cannot eat the ham croquetas. Las croquetas de jamón.
I don't mind trying out the croquetas de jamón that his mother makes.
Oh, absolutely.
She wants to send a few over. Here's Rodrigo. And go around the outside. Corner, it'll be for Real Madrid.
Once again, good combination. Real Madrid. Enzo falling to Vinny Jr. on a broken play. The contact's not what he wanted.
Comes initially in the corner. Valverde with the header on. Eder Militao. Unusual to find Eder Militao in that wide position on the right, but is it again? Trying to cross, and it's a good one towards Bellingham. It's unusual to see him there. It's because he is a centre-back, and of course he's played right back. We saw him play in that position for Brazil at the World Cup. Now Lewandowski in the counter-attacking face of Barcelona. Pedri's made the move off the ball. Lewandowski going to get to Sergio Roberto, and now Ousmane Dembele.
In that sort of sequence, I would love Ousmane Dembele to just face up and take on Fran Garcia. 1v1 situation. Instead, he turns away from that, plays back.
Balde, being purposeful. Lewandowski and Pedri. Romeo's pass, and again with Pedri. Receiving it from Dembele that time, Pedri. Araujo going to power his way towards the byline. And Garcia backpedaling. Araujo makes his way back in his position on the right-hand side of the defence.
Araujo does just enough to get on the way of Jude Bellingham. Make it a little bit more uncomfortable, not a free jump. It's good defending from Ronald Araujo.
Araujo played for Uruguay at the World Cup. He was in the squad. Barcelona back in 2018 from the Uruguayan side of Boston River. Bellingham. Nicely disguised by Fran Garcia. Camavinga with Frenkie de Jong on top of him.
Camavinga tried to get cute and didn't quite pull it off. Eventually loses the ball.
Number 21 shirt of Frenkie de Jong. His favourite number. His grandfather, who he was very close to, was born apparently on the 21st of April. And proudly carries that number around with him. Pedri missed out there. Couldn't quite bring the ball under control. Again, it's with de Jong. This has come down a bit in this half. I suppose it was always going to have to. Dembele. Romeo for Barca. Pedri. And couldn't make the connection with Dembele.
Away from the ball, Lewandowski's making runs inside the 18-yard box, splitting the defenders, going to the far post, going to the near post, but the cross never came. So once they lost the ball, you know who was the first one to say, yo, I'm over here moving away from the ball. One of the best strikers in the world. How about you swing a ball in every once in a while?
I'm going to see Toni Kroos and Luka Modric come on. Real Madrid. And the action occurring there just in front of Kroos and Modric and Carlo Ancelotti. The two midfield veterans, polished professionals, extended their contracts just not that long ago. And Modric, Camavinga will be one change. Kroos for Valverde will be the other. Information of Camavinga's number. And for many of these fans, first a look in person at Luka Modric, midfield maestro, and Toni Kroos, a very special player. We did wonder if they were going to carry on. Kroos, I remember a couple of years ago, said he really wanted to finish his career with Real Madrid. He wouldn't be averse to going beyond 2023. It would be a matter for him and for the club. Here they are. They've come together on an agreement. And it's Balde now for Barcelona. Lewandowski has moved left. Chisels a corner out of it. Robert Lewandowski.
Good movement from Barcelona and attracting pressure on the right-hand side, finding that outlet pass from Pedri onto a wider area, and then aggressive decision from Alejandro Balde in taking the ball forward. Eventually, Lewandowski takes himself out of the central area and draws a corner kick.
And it will be taken by Pedri. Araujo from the back. And there is Araujo, but only got nothing much on the header. Lewandowski in the end had to make contact with it. Now with Bellingham. Real Madrid trying to find a way through. Modric having just come on to bring his influence to bear, and that influence is usually considerable.
And here's the thing. Header from Araujo, missed opportunity there. In the transition, Real Madrid gets into a position where now you have to have numbers in the box. You got to remember, Benzema is no longer available. Vini, you can't just hang out on the left anymore. You have to be an option inside the 18-yard box. That is more responsibility for Vini Jr., more responsibility for Rodrigo, but it's something that they're going to have to take on if indeed Real Madrid is going to score the goals that they want to score.
Yeah, if they're going to play that way, there's not going to be Benzema anymore. Shuffle of feet there from Dembele. But Courtois holds on to it. Towering figure between the posts for Real Madrid, the Belgian. Garcia, and there's Vinicius Junior, but poor touch by Fran Garcia, who now has to backtrack.
And the point is, Derek, you're going to play with two strikers, and Bellingham is going to be the guy who is going to close in the gap and be a presence inside the 18-yard box. Those two strikers also have to be willing to make runs inside that 18-yard box. They have to be a presence. Get to the near post, get to the far post, cover the ground inside the 18-yard box so that indeed when the ball comes in, somebody can get on the end of it.
It's better from Fran Garcia. He's possessing Dembele. Vinicius Junior. Trying to hold it up. Rodrigo, his attacking partner. Tchouaméni! Oh! Well, somehow Ter Stegen was able to touch it. Tchouaméni certainly had eyes for goal. A wry smile from Marc-Andre Ter Stegen.
We said it, that Tchouaméni can hit it from this and lined it up, hits it well, off the post, off the back of the head of Ter Stegen, and somehow, again, still 1-0.
Elements of luck about that, but he's not complaining. Ter Stegen, here's Modric. Real Madrid trying to come up with an equaliser, and was that a foul by Koundé? Apparently it was, just outside the box.
Barcelona complaining that Vini Jr. is going down too easy, and I can tell you from an attacking player's perspective what Vini Jr. is doing essentially. He puts his body between Koundé and the ball, and the moment that he feels any contact from Koundé, he's going down. Now he draws the foul. Really good opportunity for Real Madrid.
A yellow card handed out. Certainly was Koundé there. The referee seemed to move towards Araujo. I'm trying to sort that one out for you.
Now you could make the argument that Vini should be and could be stronger on the ball. The truth of the matter is that he doesn't have to be. And so as he then is playing with his back to goal and feels the contact of Koundé, who goes through Vinicius, or at the very least puts his hands on Vinicius, he says, you know what, I'm going down, I'm drawing a foul.
Changes coming for Barcelona. I mean, Lopez, one of the players to come on. Rafinha is ready as well. Now, big moment, you just feel. Rodrigo eyeing the target, and it was blocked by Koundé. Half-hearted shout, really, for handball. It's going to be Rafinha for Dembele. Rafinha, who scored the cracking goal that settled the issue in last year's Clásico Americano. Fermin Lopez will be coming on for Pedri. Fran Garcia. Vinicius Junior just touching it back to Rodrigo. Wanted to continue his counter there, Vinicius, and he goes down, and Araujo again. The referee taking note of the situation and pointing towards Araujo.
He's complaining. The referee is pointing to the fact that Vini Jr. was grabbing the shirt, the jersey of Araujo.
Yeah, well, it's gone that way. Confused initially as to what the referee, Alan Chapman, had decided upon, but this was the incident, Ali.
Now, Vini certainly gets hit in the face. What Alan Chapman, the referee, is saying, before that happened, there was a pull of the jersey by Vini and Ronald Araujo.
And he has the ball now, Araujo. All the while, Rafinha, Fermin Lopez, wait, Balde. Good-looking run, will it be a fruitful run? Danny Carvajal just used all his experience again.
Gorgeous switch of play that opened everything up for Barcelona in transition. Backing up from Danny Carvajal allows Alejandro Balde to get inside the 18-yard box.
So here we go, Dembele, the goal scorer, departs. 65 minutes, always an entertainer. He's always a producer, or tends to be a producer, certainly was in this game. Rafinha will take his place by the bigger things. Yep. Fermin Lopez is out there as well now. Pedri has gone off. Straight away, shooting over to the corner flag, Rafinha. Actually left-footed player from Porto Alegre in Brazil, the state of Rio Grande do Sul. Swinger from Rafinha, a header down from Araujo. Wasn't a bad one. Directed on target. Almost at the midway point of the second half. Barcelona trying to make it 3 out of 3 against Real Madrid on American soil. We did suspect Real Madrid perhaps a little bit ahead of Barcelona as far as preparation goes in case of the virus outbreak. A setback for Barcelona last week. Able to get on with it against Arsenal. Real Madrid so very impressive against Manchester United in the game that you attended, Ali.
It was impressive to see Real Madrid how quickly they adjusted to what looks to be a new formation, and potentially the formation that Carlo Ancelotti will choose for La Liga play. The key to that formation working is whatever Jude Bellingham is able to do from deeper areas in the midfield.
Lopez and in on Toni Kroos. Reminder, Real Madrid will be in action on Wednesday in Orlando, with Juventus providing the opposition. wrap up the tour for Los Blancos. Toni Kroos. Vinicius Junior touching it on. And Garcia. It's Oriol Romeu who swept up. To make his way back inside his own penalty area for the Blaugrana. Kroos. Vinicius Junior. And around it goes. Oh, the corner, Rafinha. To become almost an extra right back beside Araujo just then.
We just saw the natural tendency of Vini. Instead of staying in a central position, he starts drifting towards the left-hand side, creating 1v1 situations, unable to complete the cross.
Alaba will take it. Curl that one away. The Merengues. Rodrigo. There's plenty of options in there, and it's Vinicius Junior who stumbles. Couldn't stay on his feet. Alaba. Vinicius. Alaba taking over. Needed an accurate ball. Bellingham had arrived on the scene. Tchouaméni. Ball was going wide though. Again happy to shoot from that sort of range.
And is this touch necessary from Vini Jr.? I don't think so. Maybe you take that first time. He decides to take a touch on it, settle the ball down. That allows Barcelona defenders to get closer. He tries to rush the shot, slips. And the opportunity, unfortunate for Real Madrid, gone.
So the pressure was kept high by Rodrigo and Modric. Stegen from Mönchengladbach in Germany. Left his city club, Borussia Mönchengladbach, for Barcelona in 2014. Lewandowski. And around that time, gets it back from Sergio Roberto. Lewandowski perhaps wanted the free kick, which is not forthcoming from Alan Chapman. And now Real Madrid's turn, and that was a nick, a clear nick. And it's going to be a free kick. Maybe a bit more, let's see. Yeah, out comes the card. Oriol Romeu is the player Alan Chapman is pointing at.
It all starts with the question of, is this a foul on Lewandowski? The answer is no. And then from there, Sergio Roberto is trying to hang on to Militao, and eventually Romeu said, nah, I've had enough of this. I'm not chasing this guy. Takes him down. Clear foul, clear yellow card.
Lewandowski still on the pitch through 70 minutes. Luka Modric. Jude Bellingham. Garcia. As Bellingham wedged it towards him. Well, we mentioned earlier the official attendance, 82,026. Highest attendance ever for a club game here. Highest attended Clásico Americano. Use the name that was doing the rounds in the Spanish press this morning. Modric, the break of the ball, trying to keep his balance, trying to control it. Here's Toni Kroos. Joselu is about to come on for Real Madrid. Interesting signing. Veteran striker. Scored quite the goal the other night against Manchester United, and it's going to be Joselu for Jude Bellingham. Ancelotti making that switch. There it is on the board. And when you don't have Karim Benzema, you've got to have some sort of option in terms of a centre forward as Bellingham departs. And Joselu has been around, and he brings know-how.
And what we have seen over the last 10 or 15 minutes is Vini Jr. naturally drifting to the left-hand side. Well, if he's going to do that, then it leaves a whole lot of work for Bellingham to be able to present himself as an option inside the 10-yard box. So you need a natural presence as a striker, and that's exactly what Joselu is. Now, I cannot envision a Real Madrid team that throughout the course of the season is going to be led by Joselu up top. However, he is a viable option coming off the bench.
Madrid looking for another opening, and Joselu had taken up his station in the centre. Terrific time of it. Espanyol last term. He's a journeyman, you would say, but you need a journeyman or two in your ranks.
And Joselu can score goals,
as we saw against Manchester United.
And what a goal it was. It was funny getting on the flight from Houston to here, and there were some Manchester United fans and Real Madrid fans, and the Real Madrid fans said, well, that's a great goal by Joselu. I told him, and he said, yeah, but I'm not going to get too excited about Joselu.
Okay. Here's Kroos with it, and Ter Stegen committing himself, and it comes to Rodrigo for Los Blancos. Modric. Kroos. They know each other's every move, those two. Almost telepathy between the pair of them. There's the header by Tchouaméni. His hand looks at goal. He's had shots from outside the box, so now a header, but comfortable for Ter Stegen with 16 minutes left here in Arlington, Texas.
So the point about Joselu is, and this is what I would tell him, is, look, not even a bicycle kick against Manchester United get some of his fans excited about you being the striker for this club. So guess what? Just take advantage of whatever opportunity is presented to you. Continue to work hard, be an option inside the 18-yard box, score a few goals, enjoy playing for Real Madrid, and make the most of what is a unique opportunity.
It certainly is at this point in his career. Kroos on top of Fermin Lopez, too long and too strong for Lewandowski. Barcelona looking to make some more changes. Ferran Torres will bring up just in front of us. Marcos Alonso will be coming on as well. Abde Ezalzouli as well. Ez Abde, as he's often referred to. Barcelona fans. Xavi ringing the changes. Ansu Fati is going to be given a run as well in the final quarter of an hour. So that's it for Oriol Romeu, for Robert Lewandowski. Well, 75 minutes. For his efforts by Xavi. Frenkie de Jong is departed as well. Ansu Fati. Is it going to be his season? We shall see. So the question marks popped up last term, and they certainly have popped up with regard to Ferran Torres. Changes galore to be expected at this stage of the game.
Serginho Dest is on the field as well.
Hey. Yeah. Spotted him as well now. Serginho Dest, the US international. Dani Carvajal. And then Militao. Good looking pass. Rodrigo. Coming a sway through the defence. Of course, Alonso just on. France being informed about the attendance figure, the statistic behind it. Just ever for the Clásico Americano. Rodrigo turning on the jets. Vinicius Junior was inside the box. Now asking the question here, Real Madrid. Corner it'll be at the end of that.
Barcelona struggling to keep up defensively. Marcos Alonso now has a mismatch situation where Rodrigo can run by him whenever he wants to. And from there, Rodrigo turning the corner, gets around Eddie Garcia as well. Missed opportunity.
Modric with the corner, and the header had just a bit too much on it. Time for Real Madrid. It was Joselu who made contact.
It's good service from Luka Modric, which you've come to expect. And Joselu, a dimension of his game that I think Real Madrid has missed in the past. A guy that you can swing the ball in, and given his height, he can win a few headers for you. Potentially, again, score big goals for you late in matches, if indeed that's his role.
Joselu, who was born in Stuttgart in Germany. As a youngster, he bounced between Stuttgart and Galicia.
Well, as you do.
Not many, but he certainly did. Still 1-0 to Barcelona. That early goal by Ousmane Dembele. Real Madrid missing a penalty earlier. Modric, outrageous pass it was for Rodrigo. And he couldn't quite take advantage of the situation, but you've just witnessed, and the fans here have just witnessed, a very memorable Modric moment.
Vintage, special Luka Modric outside of the right foot, and it's just too much from Rodrigo. Buddy, it's sitting pretty for you. Hit it. Put it to that far post. And even if Ter Stegen is able to come up with a save, now you have a guy in Joselu that can jump on a rebound. Vini can jump on a rebound. Tries to do a little too much, and the opportunity is gone for Real Madrid.
Alaba to chase back, but the free kick awarded. Ansu Fati was Alaba's direct opponent. What do you make of the trajectory of Ansu Fati at this point?
Has flattened out quite a bit, considerably, thinking back as to what we thought of him as a player when he first came out. Now injuries have taken a toll, and this seems to be a make or break season for Ansu Fati at Barcelona.
Tchouaméni. Rodrigo. He's been eager all game long to run at the Barcelona defence. Flick on there, but tidied up by Koundé. Rodrigo once more, and Koundé losing his focus. That's the challenge. It wasn't all that elegant, but apparently fair enough. Rodrigo going down, and then another challenge comes in. The yellow card is produced. Chapman has been kept pretty busy when you consider that this is a pre-season game. Rodrigo there, that was what happened earlier on.
It's a good challenge from Eric Garcia. Wins the ball, and then once the ball comes out to Ansu Fati, he's trying to turn Alaba's late.
Alaba seeing yellow as Fran Garcia flicks it back. Throw here for Barcelona. Inside the final 10 minutes.
Courtois does well because Fran Garcia gives him a melon essentially. He deals well with the pressure coming from behind, clears the danger, and eventually Real Madrid lose the ball regardless.
So it hasn't been an easy game to referee this for Alan Chapman. Well known to fans of Major League Soccer, one of the regulars in MLS in the United States.
The only criticism that I would have from Alan Chapman today is that there was a moment in the first half where you could feel, you could sense that he was getting out of control, and he wasn't quick enough to recognize that moment, and eventually it did get out of control.
Rafinha to play this one in. On the Blaugrana. Quite what he was hoping to deliver. Rafinha, it comes off Fran Garcia. Ambling towards the corner flag. Suitably cool inside here with the roof closed. The TNT Stadium, but a different matter outside. Here it comes from Rafinha. Temperatures of around 38 degrees Celsius for the high last couple of days. 100 Fahrenheit. Vinicius Junior, and he can be red hot in the attacking department. Didn't miss by much. All his own work. Vinicius, but no end product.
There's some panic defensively from Barcelona in transition because Sergi Roberto cannot keep up. Serginho there, see you later, thanks for coming. Eric Garcia doesn't engage. Vini Jr., I'm not quite sure that he's going for goal here. Regardless, never quite could get enough bend on it to the far post. Active throughout the course of the game, but unable to find that final product, Vini Jr.
And plenty of vim and vigor there from Vinicius Jr. Rodrigo, meanwhile, has made his way off.
Now Brahim gets an opportunity down that right-hand side. He'll tuck more towards the middle. Joselu will keep his place as a center forward, and then Vini all the way out to the left-hand side.
Brahim Diaz. And the pitch now. This is a worthwhile exercise for Barcelona and Real Madrid when they come here to the USA. Worthwhile on so many fronts. Chance to make a few new friends, chance to please their old friends. And of course, an opportunity to take part in a game that's never going to be dull. And it just gears you up a little bit more for the season proper, which is only a couple of weeks away. Barcelona need to Getafe, their first game. Real Madrid in Bilbao against Athletic Club. Rafinha with this corner, and almost got in the way of each other there. Ansu Fati trying to feed it back, and it's held by Courtois. Tchouaméni. The press was on from Rafinha and company. Fermin Lopez. Oh! Absolutely magnificent. And that should put the seal on it. What a hit it was. Fermin Lopez. Oh, he won't forget that moment in a hurry. Real Madrid had switched off. And it looks as though it's going to be 3 out of 3 for Barcelona in terms of El Clasico on US soil.
It's a good press initially from Ansu Fati. Good step by Sergio Roberto, and then Fermin Lopez doesn't hesitate, takes that first touch forward and says, you know what, this is my moment. I don't know if I'll get on the field in La Liga play. I don't know if I'm going to play El Clasico in La Liga, but I'm going to play El Clasico today, and I'm going to make a difference today. What a hit this is from Fermin Lopez. Thibaut Courtois, full stretch, doesn't get there. Emotional moment for Fermin Lopez and his fans. Barcelona, 2-0.
The buoyant Blaugrana. And Fermin Lopez enjoys his moment in the spotlight. Difficult to see a way back for Real Madrid now. They have contributed plenty to the game in an attacking sense. And can they pull out of the fire? Diaz having come on, going to get back to Dani Carvajal. And a good ball here, and Joselu thrives on crosses. He's that sort of old-fashioned centre forward. Good in the air, needs crosses. Vinicius Jr. Oh! How unlucky he was. Dani Carvajal and Modric couldn't get there. And Garcia, but away by Koundé for Barcelona. Now, just hasn't been Real Madrid's day in front of goal, has it?
Let me just tell you something. Serginho Dest doesn't want any part of Vini Jr. right now. He is killing him down the left-hand side.
Serginho Dest having that chase back again. Vinicius Jr. Well, it's been a tale of Vinicius being denied. Yeah.
It's just dip of the shoulder, quick feed.
And the man of the match award has gone to Marc-Andre ter Stegen, voted on by the fans. The Barcelona goalkeeper, of course, playing for Germany earlier this year with Manuel Neuer out injured, suffering that broken leg. years he's been the deputy to Neuer at international level. The trip it was by Rafinha. Barcelona deserved it, Ali. It looks as though they're going to prevail. Well merited or not?
Well, when your man of the match is your goalkeeper, and I can make the argument that the man of the match is actually the post.
Yeah.
Look, Barcelona have been good going forward, and they've done just enough defensively. They've gotten some good fortune in terms of some of the bounces inside the 18-yard box for Real Madrid, or I should say against Real Madrid. Don't forget the missed penalty by Vini Jr. But take nothing away from some of the things that Barcelona have done well. In particular, that second goal from Fermín López, the recognition by Ansu Fati to press Toni Kroos to force a turnover. Good step in by Sergio Roberto, and then Fermín López put his slices through the ball and seemed to have put the match away.
Probably putting out the Real Madrid fire for good. Dani Carvajal. One more match. The other side on this tour. The USA. We can't wait for the action in La Liga to get going just a couple of weeks from now. It's certainly going to be a cold one, isn't it, in Bilbao? First time of asking for Real Madrid. The atmosphere here has been lively. Free kick it'll be, which Toni Kroos will be responsible for. Pick out. The answer is Joselu, but he failed to nod that onto the target. Not very Joselu-like.
That's been the story for Real Madrid today. They have created enough opportunities in the matchup, but that final product just hasn't been there. Now, let me just tell you, this is optional defending by Barcelona. Who do you have to pick up if you're Barcelona defensively? Yeah, the big guy in the middle. How about you pick him up? Nobody anywhere near around Joselu. What a chance that was.
Sergio Roberto trying to make his way back and take care of Joselu. Garcia was off to the side. And a minimum of 4 added minutes. As Barca look for a third. And Ferran Torres, is he going to do it? He does! There it is! 3-0. Barcelona victorious here on the USA in El Clasico, and Ferran Torres savours the moment. A matter of making sure he made contact with the ball, steering it home, and it's good night Real Madrid.
And how about Fermín López? What a ball this is! Over the top of David Alaba. And then that first touch from Ferran Torres is what makes the difference. Thibaut Courtois all over him. He knows he just has to put it over the top of Thibaut Courtois, and then the presence of mind to put the final touch. Fermín López, who knew? Yeah. Ferran Torres, who knew? Game, set, match, Barcelona.
Picture of concentration, wasn't he? Ferran Torres, and Fermín López deserves all the credit going. An assist to go with his earlier magnificent goal.
You talk about the importance of these matches. For a guy like Fermín Torres, it may just be the difference between staying with the first team or not throughout the course of the season.
Ferran Torres, too strong for Ansu Fati. Not so long ago, it looked as though Xavi's men were going to eke out a victory, but you look at the scoreline, it's a thumping.
But if you were here, and if you were watching, it really wasn't. Ends up being an impressive performance in terms of the efficiency and effectiveness of Barcelona, certainly over the last 10 minutes.
Dest, is he going to have trouble dealing with Vinicius? Well, there's the answer. Poor old Serginho Dest. Vinicius, and Kroos gives it a whack. Not quite accurate enough from Toni Kroos.
Somebody throw the towel out there for Serginho Dest. It's just a mismatch, and Vini knows it. Drops the ball off to Toni Kroos. Hits it cleanly, but he's always rising. And I wonder how Carlo Ancelotti will evaluate this performance. There are a lot of good things out there from Real Madrid's perspective. But defensively, they still have their issues.
Well, he's so hard to handle, Vinicius Junior. Hasn't been able to do anything tangible if you look at pure production, but we know how dangerous he is. We've seen it time and again. We know that it's going to be a slightly different assignment position-wise for him in the Real Madrid constellation. Pass by Kroos. Ambitious, certainly. Diaz scampering after it.
And here's what I'll say, Derek. They're trying this 4-4-2, and it may just be the way that they go about it. But we have seen, with Vini throwing himself down the left-hand side, how dangerous he has become over the last 30 minutes of the game or so. It's what he feels most comfortable doing. It's where he is at his best.
Here comes the corner then. Carvajal to attack the ball. We've had the 4 added minutes. Diaz, and could have gone anywhere. So Fati back there defending. There it is. Barcelona 100% against Real Madrid on American soil. A night for the Catalans here in Texas. Fermin Lopez taking on the starring role late in the game. A goal and an assist. Dembele had made it 1-0. Ferran Torres put the icing on a considerable cake. Barcelona 3, Real Madrid 0.
ESPN FC on ESPN Plus is presented uninterrupted by Frito-Lay.